floor show.
A string quartet?
From the Juilliard School of Music. Police claim chamber music is a floor show subject to police license as a cabaret. They're making a test case tonight.
Nick, I've just got to talk to someone. It's about Grandma and Grandpa.
Well, what happened? They talk him out of the divorce?
No, it's just that, well, they have the courage to stand up for what they feel against the whole family. Well, shouldn't I? So I told them.
Who?
Mother and Daddy. I told them that I'm going to quit school and have my own apartment and maybe even go to Europe alone. Don't you think I'm right?
Well,
Nick, do you like me?
Well,
I mean, physically.
Sure.
Because I'm just fed up to the gills with a morality based firmly on Calvin Coolidge.
I thought it was Edwardian.
Exactly. I knew you'd understand. I mean, you're mature, but at least you're not middle-aged. If Mother and Daddy think I'm going back to that girls' camp on Lake Bombazine next summer, do you know that they actually put down a deposit without even asking me? Do you have an apartment by yourself?
Yeah. I mean, no, I live at the Y with my mother. This is Nick Alexander.
Is she there with you? Jane, my daughter, is she there?
No. Miss Milton? I brought her home last night. That's right, about 4 o'clock.
Yes, I know. We were waiting up. Are you sure you don't know where she is?
Ruth, she's probably at Manning's or that girlfriend of hers. Don't get excited.
George, let me alone.
Mrs. Milton, well, yeah, she was with me. Well, she did talk about getting an apartment of her own or going to Europe or something, but I didn't. No, I certainly did not. It was not a tawdry saloon. It was a tawdry coffee house. Mrs. Melton, why should I know where your daughter is?
She said you understood the stultifying reaction of middle-aged hypocrisy. And there's a suitcase missing.
Ruth, control yourself.
She said if her grandma and grandpa could defy convention, so she...
Well, she isn't defying it here. Look, Mrs. Melton, I'll see you later at the home. I've got to be there early to get some pictures. All right, fine. If I hear from Jane, I'll let you know. All right. Well, she's a kid. Kids do funny things. She's probably taking a walk.
With a suitcase?
Grandpa? Grandma? Grandma?
Hmm?
Grandma, I wanted to talk to you. I'm Jane. Ruth Jane?
Oh, Janie. Ruth is Janie.
I wanted to talk to you and Grandpa.
Him? He's asleep. After breakfast, might as well talk to the dead.
Grandma, I just wanted to tell you that whatever they say, I'm on your side. I mean about the divorce.
That's nice.
I'm leaving home.
You are going on a trip with your mama?
No. I want to be independent. They just treat me like a child. They have no concept of me as a person. You think I'm right, don't you, Grandma? You're on my side, aren't you?
Why shouldn't I be?
And don't let them talk you into anything either, you and Grandpa. If you want a divorce, you go ahead. You show them. I mean, I've just got to do something, don't I? I've got to make them realize. They don't remember what it's like to be young. Do you remember when you were young, Grandma?
I remember. I was a very beautiful girl. Very. Everybody said so, except my mama, because that would bring bad luck.
Did she understand you?
Huh?
Did you ever fight with your mother?
Oh, did I fight? It was terrible. Screams and crying and... you could hear it from one end of the village to the other.
Really?
My mama said, it's all done. Cry now, get it over. It's all arranged. You are going to marry a boy from the next village. Samuel, the barrel maker's son.
Grandpa?
And I cried and cried and said, no, I'll kill myself. No. You see, I was 15. And I was already in love with a boy from our village.
And they forced you? Oh, Grandma, that's awful.
I remember I went to my wedding with red eyes. But still, I was a very pretty bride. And he was all elbows and blushing, 15-year-old boy. And then, after the wedding, I still was crying. He stood on the one side of the room. There was a chest from walnut with carving, little leaves and fruits carved all over it. And then he came over to me and said, "Don't cry." Just like that. "Don't cry, I'll go away."
What did you say?
I looked at him. He was crying too. So I said, "It's all right. Stay." And then we cried together. 2 children. But we never talked about it again, never. What was there to talk?
But you didn't love him when you married him?
How could I? A stranger? But you don't stay strangers for long. So, what else could I do? I fell in love with him. After. I used to hang out of a window from the 4th floor on Ludlow Street and wait for him.
In America?
We always had plants on the fire escape. Grapefruit seeds, they make a nice plant. I could hide behind them and watch him come up the street. A tall man, strong. That was a good thing for a girl like me. I needed a strong man, good-looking man. My Samuel, he was always a good-looking man. Straight and tall with black hair. You could see it from under his hat, straw hat, American. And his hands, big hands, strong hands. My Samuel.
Grandma, you're in love with him now. I mean, you're still in love. And Grandpa, you're in love with her.
Why not? After all these years, it's a habit.
But if you're both still in love, why get a divorce?
Well, I never thought about it that way.
Grandma, why?
He wanted it. Samuel, why did you want a divorce?
When did you first decide, Grandpa?
When? Let me see. It was Wednesday? No, Thursday. Which day did we have lamb chops for lunch?
How should I know? Lamb chops. Who would remember lamb chops?
We were in the room, and everybody was talking. Arnie and Ruthie and Manny. What we should wear, what we should say, what kind of flowers to put on us, just like we were 2 tombstones. So I said, "Minna, what if there was no diamond wedding? Maybe even we want a divorce."
And I said, "That's right. Maybe we do." But I don't remember why.
Then they knew we were alive, Arnold, Lucy, and Manny. They knew Papa and Mama were no stones to put flowers on.
But then you don't really want a divorce. They don't, Nick, not really.
Sort of like you. Quitting school, getting an apartment, going to Europe alone.
But that's different. Mother and Daddy have no consideration for me as a person. They treat me like a child. I mean, you've got to make some kind of protest. Even if it doesn't make sense. Oh, Grandma, we're out on a limb. I don't want to run away, and you don't really want a divorce. There's nothing left to do but crawl back.
Mr. Foss, I'll get your things ready. We have to get started if we want to get dressed in time for the big party.
Well, I suppose they meant good, the children. But I'm the papa. You know, suddenly I feel a little tired.
Nick. Oh, Nick, look at Grandpa. He seems so beaten. It isn't right for them to have to crawl back. I mean, it's all right for me. I'm a pretty dopey adolescent sometimes. But not them. Mother and Uncle Arnold will just roll right over them. Can't you do something?
All right. Mr. Foss, remember you told me about the cigar makers' strike in 1913? You told me what Samuel Gomper said to you?
Oh, sure. He said, you listen to Foss. And when he tells you what to do, do.
And that was a pretty tough situation then, right?
Bosses today don't know how to be rough like in the old days. But we won.
All right, then. Let's talk this situation over. After all, 1913 is not so long ago.